What's up, everybody? We are live coming up very, very soon. Taylor Fritz versus Rafa Nadal, the big rematch from the Indian Wells final, where Rafa ribs were cracked, I believe, in that match, and could barely breathe, I guess, after the match. That's what he was saying, although he, to me, still played pretty damn well considering what was going on. And but Taylor Fritz won that match. It was a dream come true. Now he's having a dream Wimbledon while Rafa is handling his business, making everything look pretty routine so far at Wimbledon. Hopefully going on his way to the semifinals if he can get by Fritz. I know it doesn't sound good as an American, but I am hoping for a Rafa victory today. As you come on in, let me know who you are rooting for, how you see this match going. I think this actually Nadal's had great preparation for Fritz so far. His last couple of matches, he's played tall, lanky guys with pretty good serves, good forehands, good backhands. I think they've underperformed, especially last match. I thought his opponent, Bodic, played really, really poorly. Rafa didn't really have to do much to win that match. Taylor Fritz has looked sharp, has not dropped a set, so neither of these players has dropped a set. And we'll see how it goes. I think most people, though, are rooting for Rafa, expecting a Rafa victory, and kind of hoping for the battle of the Titans between first Rafa versus Crazy Kyrus, and then hopefully followed up by a final. How sweet would that be? I think what everybody is anticipating, hoping and praying for Rafa versus Novak, going for the GOAT. Let's see here. If Fritz comes out strong, he will win. If Fritz comes out strong, he will win. That's a strong comment from Jordan. So why do you say that, Jordan? Guys, if you come on in and you put some comments down, I'll post them up here and we can discuss them. Now, it's kind of interesting. Well, I think Fritz certainly out of the two would have to come out strong if he has a chance to win. I don't think that Fritz can come out slow and come back, because obviously Rafa's going to have a lot more confidence being in the situation just so many more times than Taylor Fritz. So there's that. I also think that Rafa could come out slow and still not be in that big of trouble. As we saw yesterday with Novak, he came out actually he came out fast, looked like he was going to win the first set easy. Then he lost the first set, and then he lost the second set, looked like he might be toast, and then he came back and won. So, there's that. So I think Rafa can actually have a slow start, not that he wants to, but still be okay. Rafa will win today and be dismantled by the tennis bad boy in the semis. Very interesting, Bashkar. Big call from Bashkar. I don't know if that's going to happen either. One thing that's interesting, Kyrus in his last match looked like his shoulder was really bothering him. Who knows if he's acting? Who knows with this guy? But he hasn't played this much tennis in a long time, and he relies so much on his serve. You could see that shoulder wearing down, and wouldn't be surprised to see him win today or get upset. If he comes out and that shoulder's not feeling good, and his opponent can get a lot of balls back in play, you never know what's going to happen to the bad boy of tennis. So I don't think it's a foregone conclusion that Kyrus is going to get to the semifinals based on what I saw in the last match he played. I think he could be in trouble physically, and then that will affect him mentally, and then he could go crazy and tank. I wouldn't be surprised to see that today. Just putting that out there right now. Fritz has been playing phenomenal lately on grass. Also, I have a feeling Guerin beats Nick, as Nick is dealing with an injury. Oh my gosh, we just said the same exact thing. How about that? Again, I wouldn't be surprised either. Nick might have served his arm out. We will find out. We will see. We'll see. Be very interesting. That's why they play the game, right? I think everybody wants to see Nick versus Rafa, and I would personally love to see Rafa given a nice little ass beating, because I think he deserves it. I hope he kind of starts acting like he did against Tsitsipas, and Nadal calls him to the net and says, "Hey, knock it off." I would love to see that. Somebody's got to put him in his place on the court. Everybody just keeps ignoring what he's doing, and I think you got to put him in his place, call him out on it. All right. So yeah, any more thoughts on this match? Obviously, what is Fritz going to have to do to play well? Okay, here we go. Got another comment. Jordan, very busy in the live stream today, which I love. Rublev is my favorite player. I wish he was in Wimbledon. I'm in Philly, by the way. What about you? I am in Atlanta, Georgia. Used to live in New Jersey and train in Philadelphia, so I know Philadelphia very well. And I think it is a shame that Rublev is not playing and Medvedev's not playing. I definitely think that is a shame. I think they should be allowed to play. And let me just go on to what else I was going to say, though, about this. I think that the key matchups for today, is that Fritz has got to serve well. He has to serve well. And he has to hope that Rafa's forehand is laying a little short and that he can really start crushing the backhand, because Fritz has an amazing backhand. So it could happen. It could happen that Nadal's forehand lands a little short. Fritz absolutely punishing backhands down the line. So I think it'd be very, very important that Fritz is nailing his backhand up line, hitting some winners, sending some messages that if Nadal leaves some short forehands, he could be in some trouble. And then maybe that'll make Nadal a little nervous and play a little tentative. Every now and then, although we haven't seen it lately, but every now and then over the last couple of years, we have seen Nadal get nervous and start to hit his forehand short. That is what Fritz has to hope and pray for happens. If that doesn't happen, if Nadal is feeling his timing very well, which he seems like he is on the grass, he's playing extremely well, moving the ball around the court, playing very offensive tennis. Look at the backhand. The backhand, underrated. He has been taking that backhand up the line himself and looking for more offense on his backhand than I usually see from Rafa. So I think that it's going to be very interesting. I think it's going to be a battle of the backhands. Who's hitting their backhand better might be a big outcome in the match. Nick versus Rafa will be a blockbuster. Can't wait to see Nick go behind Rafa's ceremonies while he's serving and receiving. Okay. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see. I guess, Bashkar, that you are now becoming a Kyrus fan. It kind of sounds like it. Let me know what else you guys think about this matchup. I think personally, Rafa is going to win. And let me make a prediction here. It seems like he's been winning a lot of his matches in 4 sets. I do think that he will probably lose a set today if Taylor is playing well, which Taylor is playing very well, has not dropped a set. So I think that there might be a couple close sets in there. One of them might go Fritz's way, but ultimately Rafa's mission is just so great. You know, he's 22 Grand Slams. Now he's 2 ahead of Novak. He knows Novak wants to win this. He knows Novak is planning on playing for many more years, and that Wimbledon could be Novak's last shot at winning a Grand Slam title this year, because who knows if he's going to be allowed to play at the U.S. Open, which I think would be a shame if U.S. Open doesn't let him in. I think that Djokovic should be allowed to play, but he might not be allowed to play. And so there you go. I would really hope that Novak's allowed to play, but this could be Novak's last shot at a Grand Slam this year. So there's all kinds of pressure on Novak. Maybe that's why he got down 2 sets yesterday, but then gave himself a last minute, toilet break after the second set and gave himself a pep talk, and it seemed to work pretty well. All right, let's see what else you were saying. I always want Nick to win except for when he plays Fed. Oh, wow, you really like Nick. Kyrus versus Zverev, charity for women's shoulder. Oh, Francisco going below the belt. Yes. So Nick, I guess it just came out yesterday that when he goes back in a month, he's going to face trial for a potentially battered abuse case in a relationship where his last girlfriend claims that he grabbed her in an aggressive way. So, yes, that'll be very interesting. That'll be very interesting. I'm not going to get into that today. I want to stick to the tennis, but that certainly could also, besides the shoulder, affect Nick out there mentally, knowing that the story has surfaced out of nowhere. And, if you think all this stuff is coincidence when things get leaked, it's not, right? So they leaked this at the perfect moment to create as many headlines as possible. And I'm sure that that does have to have quite an effect on the bad boy of tennis, Nick Kyrgios. So it'll be interesting to see if he can go out there and not blow a gasket mentally, knowing that he's got that hanging over his shoulder, over his head when he goes back to Australia. So that could have an effect on Nick's ability to play tennis. So we will see. All right, we're starting to get some picks. I like that. I'm going to go Rafa in 4, but Taylor can win. Hopefully, Rafa for the win. I hope Rafa wins. I really want to see this date with destiny, Rafa versus Novak in the final. I would love to see it. You know, as many times as they seem like they are just never going to get old and always, well, they're getting old. It's clear they're getting old. I mean, Rafa's starting to look old, in my opinion, but he's certainly not playing old. At some point, Father Time will win, but it just doesn't seem to be happening. Every time they play, you got to think this might be one of the last times we see them play in a final. So, again, we got to be rooting for that, I think, as tennis fans, to see it one more time. It's always a battle for the history of tennis whenever they get together now, and only they can really stop each other, which is kind of cool. I don't think I think Federer's just hoping to get one more year on tour and kind of have like a victory tour. I'm sure he wants to play at a high level. If he could win a Grand Slam, that'd be incredible because he'd be over 40. But I think he's more like, I just want to come back, play well, and kind of say goodbye on my own terms. I think that's what Federer is rooting for. I think Rafa's going, I want to win as much as possible in these next year or two because I'm at the end. And Novak, I think, has the goal to play as long as Federer. Like, whenever you hear him talk about when they say how many matches you've won, he's like, I want to win a lot more. I want to win a lot more. Like, he's letting the world know I still feel fresh. I'm not near retiring. And so if you let him into all these majors to keep playing them, I think that he will definitely win more majors because he feels great. And it certainly seems when he's out there on the court, he sure knows how to win. Whether he destroys his opponent or has to come back to do it, whatever it takes, he's going to do it. So, yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. I just wanted to come on in. Have they even started yet? Let's see if the score has started. Let me take a look at my Wimbledon. And let's see if the men have started. Okay, it's live. It's 0-0. Enjoy it. I'm going to go turn this live stream off and go watch it. I might come back with a match reaction video, but it's live, baby. Let's enjoy it. Like this video on your way out. Thanks so much for watching.